that Nigma Galaxy shows up at and proves all the promise that has been sitting there in this roster for oh so long. Avery, welcome to another season of DreamLeague. How you doing?
Oh, I am doing fantastic, Austin. This is my favorite event of the year. You know why?
No, go ahead.
Because they let me say anything. That's what I've been told. I'm allowed to say anything I want this season.
Okay, that's disturbing to hear. I don't know if I want that to happen.
No, that's true,
If I'm
Austin.
sitting next to you.
That's true. That's exactly what they told me. And so I will slowly ramp it up over the course of the season. And we'll see where it ends. But this is also my favorite event because we get to see Nigma Galaxy win.
A game? A series?
An event, Austin.
Okay.
I'm calling it now. They're going to take DreamLeague down. They're going to get a spot to EWC. They're going to prove the doubters wrong. They're going to prove the haters right. And they're going to prove the people who don't care that you should be a fan of this squad.
What the fuck are you saying? Gonna prove the haters right?
Well, there's always haters. They're always going to be proved right. Because they're going to drop some games here or there.
Yeah, the haters are out there. Nigma Galaxy sucks. They're gonna win DreamLeague.
There's some weird haters in Dota 2. That's all I'll say.
All right, draft-wise, the panel was disparaging the Liquid lineup, said it was pretty awful. And it's got first blood.
That's doing great. Off to a fast start. Enable that Saberlight Dawnbreaker. We've seen it carry them across the finish line before. They're back in on it.
And they're going again. GH trying to get that kill on Boxy, slowing him down with Blood Grenade, should be able to clean that up. And now in a 2v1, Saberlight may not fare so well as GH looks like his buff ran out, but Ghost will take full advantage of the situation. Get a lot of damage on Saberlight. Ghost has been quite the asset for Nigma Galaxy, despite all of the Miracle fans probably disparaging him.
That's a dangerous statement, Austin. A very dangerous statement.
Well,
there he replaced Miracle?
Yeah.
Nobody can replace Miracle.
He quite literally replaced him on the roster.
Not in our hearts. And that is what's important.
I see.
Yeah, he has done quite well. He's earned his slot on this team. I look forward to seeing what he can do in this event. Especially an event where Nigma get to play more games.
I don't care what you're talking about right now, Avery. What I want to hear is what you think Ghost does better than Miracle.
Okay, we're just bringing it out day one.
You said you're down to be able to say whatever you want.
That is true. So I was given the green light. That is confirmed.
So tell me what Miracle did that made Nigma bad.
Ooh.
And that Ghost does that makes Nigma good.
Ooh, I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one, Austin.
Coward.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Why is Ghost different than Miracle?
All right, he's already downplaying it.
No, okay. What does Ghost do better than Miracle? I think he... Get back to that, Austin. GH in a bit of a tussle here. Oh my God! El Saberlight off to a crazy strong start here.
Saberlight really bailed your ass out there, huh? Ghost, he's going to try and get some trades here, but he can only do so much with level 2 Rocket Barrage. In fact, Liquid's going to try and man up for the kill here. 2 minutes to hit that third stun. And with a Blood Grenade on 2, GH is going to take full advantage of the situation. Are they going to get both of these kills off of this? GH back-to-back deaths and then just runs it back and runs down some heroes on Liquid. Liquid trying way too hard to keep fighting it out.
That's what I was about to say, Austin. I think Ghost is really good at baiting out these engagements. Like, you think you can kill this guy? No, there's no chance. That was also one of Miracle's strengths. That's why I hesitate to say that.
Are you... I'm sorry. Are you saying that basically he doesn't have the same aura that Miracle does, so therefore people think that they can actually kill him?
Exactly.
That's such a bullshit statement.
You know what I actually think the biggest difference is?
Okay.
Is that the team knows he's not Miracle.
Uh-huh.
So they don't protect one him.
Okay, yeah.
They just play with multiple cores. It's great.
Okay, so the problem still comes down to Miracle has too much aura.
Yeah, I think genuinely he does.
Okay.
And I think they've played with him for so long and they believe in him so much.
Okay.
It's hard to undo some of those habits, you know?
So you're also in favor of replacing Kuro as coach. Is that what you're saying?
Anyway, this Liquid draft this is really all over the place. We need to talk about it, Austin.
All right.
There's a lot of stuns in here. There's a lot of aggressive potential. Was this a Blitz draft? Is he drafting for this event?
I have no idea.
Nobody knows. Does he know? Maybe he doesn't know. GH, you bit off a little bit more than you can chew there, son.
What is all over the place about it? I see Initiation. I see Ancient Apparition. I see Tiny. It seems fine to me.
I mean, they're going back to the Marcy. They're going for another V-Tune Classic with this Lifestealer. Not a hero we saw Mickey playing a lot in the last year or two, though. This seems a little unconventional for me.
Okay.
I think they're just trying to get really aggressive.
Stadium coming through the gate to try and help him out. This 2v3, but GH with alongside Ghost, they're going to be able to get at least one of these kills. And if anything, with the teleport coming in, Liquid have to back away. A bit of aggression that goes horribly wrong.
Yeah, that's not Miracle. So you got to be careful on these 3v2 ganks.
Yeah, seriously.
You know, they only pick up one there. Miracle probably would have killed all three of them.
Right. Of course, Ghost only capable of bringing down one. Bleed Blitz is drafting. I remember I was talking to him about V2.
Is he?
I asked him why they picked up V2. Because I was just like, that's so random.
Oh.
Nice pickup there.
Yeah, really nice gank. This is the power of the Marcy. This is a super good hero for Boxy. I think it fits all the check marks, all the check boxes with check marks that you would want out of a Boxy hero in order to lead the early moves, lead the aggression, set up the ganks, and then he doesn't have to farm a lot either, which I think is something that actually worked for Liquid in the year that they won their TI. And going into this year, is they figured out they can distribute the net worth between the supports a bit more evenly than it all being on Boxy and Insania being super sacrificial. And I think Marcy's another hero that can enable that playstyle super well. But it is not the strongest hero in the meta. You really have to execute well. You have to get these mid ganks going. You have to get some pseudo tri-lane going. Because this hero does not find levels on the map and does not farm waves.
Yeah, and we've seen these roaming 4 positions have been extremely underwhelming for the last year. Trying to pick up the kill on Omar, and they still might be able to, as it turns into a chicken, won't survive. Boxy will get run down in exchange, but that's kind of what you're looking for as Marcy, right?
100%.
You just have to run around, get kills, and probably get killed in the process. It's like a clockwork playstyle, right?
You just want to get the XP before you die.
Yeah.
If you die without getting the XP on this hero, it's real rough. Really need the levels to get to your ult. You can do something more as you enter that mid game, and the stacks are coming through for Nigma Galaxy here, man. They have a lot of net worth to claim. Likely for that Sand King. I want to see you go to him and not the Medusa because he is your big playmaker here.
Yeah, I have to imagine Sumail is looking to
Little
use the
steal?
epicenter on it, but Liquid are going to continue to invade here, not giving a freebie whatsoever. GH is going to be the pickoff here. Sumail trying to come back in with the epicenter. Will use it outside of Insania's area. We'll hit him with a Burrow Strike finally, but the damage is so slow to come through. They do manage to have Ghost come in, though. Ghost with a huge rotation that Miracle wouldn't have made.
He might have made that one. I mean, he might have. There's a good chance he makes that.
Nisha, he'll TP out, he'll be fine. Nigma Galaxy successfully protecting their triangle stacks.
Pushes this gyro to the top of the net worth chart. Really nice position for him in tying with that Lifestealer. Picked up a little bit. Really good start to laning phase here for Nigma. Despite Boxy making these aggressive moves, hasn't converted that much actual value.
Yeah.
GH very aggressive on that rune.
Yeah, he's going to pay for it. Tries to snatch away an amp damage. Okay, never mind.
No tree available to toss.
Meanwhile, top lane, Saberlight's been playing it solo for a little while and has gotten his level 6, but has also received another death. 2 deaths now for the offlaner of Liquid.
Insania Courier Snipe with Ancient Apparition. Did not have that on my bingo card.
No. Sumail is currently taking the stacks. Nisha knows, obviously, Sand King's not defending his tower. He's got to be up here doing the stacks, and he's going to arrive just a bit too late to take all of it. Maybe they'll be able to pick up a kill. Boxy tossing him out of the avalanche. Little oopsie daisy. Saberlight will come through to help ensure the kill actually happens.
I feel like that was what Liquid wanted the whole time while the stacks were up, is get this Dawnbreaker in there with the level 6.
Yep.
The timings were just a little off. Saberlight was getting killed top. Then he has the ult up that game previously fails to convert on the stacks. Really awkward sequence for Liquid. They eventually get something out of it, but it feels like they could have gotten a lot more.
And GH is running around just fighting nonstop and dying nonstop.
This is a very fast-paced game. Very chaotic game. But you got to remember, this Marcy, you know, gives you the flying couriers. Not insignificant in these super fast-paced games where you're playing a lot on the early lanes and the rotations.
I guess so.
That instant recall.
Okay, if he's
Juicy.
using the instant recall, sure,
Juicy.
that's something. But I feel like I mean, how much faster do the couriers actually go?
Well, it's just the fact you get the extra levels early,
Radiant's
right?
top tower is under attack.
Something.
The
Why are
extra
you just
5
counting it,
movement.
man?
All right, we'll count it. We'll put a notch on the board, okay? Just for that. Boxy sitting behind
It's a tanky
Nisha will be able to get him out of there. Sacrificing his own life to be able to do so. Insania spotted, though. Perhaps another victim as Ghost tries to run him down underneath the tower. Twisting and juking through the trees is not going to work out. Not up against the exceptionally fast gyrocopter. It's got that afterburner facet, so...
He's put it to good use this game. He's been
He really
involved
has.
in 8 out of the 11 kills. Ghost, 4-1-4, highest net worth, defended the ancient stack area for Sand King, converts on the nice lane advantage that GH helped create, and now he gets a mid-rotation in there. He's doing it all. Almost level 9, just going Dragonlance. He's going to fight. He's going to brawl. Liquid ready for the pace this carry can set right now, because your Lifestealer, he's on a way slower trajectory. He has the gold, but this hero's just not going to ramp up in the team fight until that Radiance is done. Ghost outpacing him right now. Outpacing the haters right now, Austin.
Well, he may be outpacing
Look at that.
the haters, but V-Tune is still sitting neck and neck with him. And
What does that look like to you?
It looks like a heat image of
It's like
Ghost movements
looks like
around
a
the map.
stingray to me, which of course is Miracle's favorite aquatic animal. Only the true Miracle fans know the true Miracle trivia.
Yeah,
I'll leave the
What's his
significance of
favorite-
that to you.
what's his
Figure out.
favorite land animal?
The rhinoceros, of course.
Of course, the rhinoceros. What else could it have been?
Because they're going to. I couldn't make the joke. I couldn't make the joke. That's. I apologize for that. They gave me the green light. I did not want to say that. I did not say that.
Yeah, I mean, you did kind of interrupt yourself. You made the joke and then halfway through was already apologizing for it.
I mean,
Saberlight's, he's getting hunted right now, but he does have V-Tune with him, so...
you gotta respect this ET Spirit gyro combination. This is such a nice combination. You don't have a lot of points in the natural order, but even the early amp, it's a lot of damages. Sumail.
Gets bursted. Once again, the Dawnbreaker ultimate used just to make sure, but it does get used for a kill that they probably already had in hand. Still, though, the Dawnbreaker being here will help pressure the mid tower.
I'm surprised he goes down that easily.
Got a toss
Another
back. Nisha found an opening on just a sliver of mana to work with. He uses one spell to be able to find an opening here, and it looks like it's killed Saberlight.
Yeah, that setup is
Got the
way too
infest,
good.
sure, but V2, there's no saving that man. He is dead beyond belief.
Can't get anything else here. These spirits have been on point. Really hard for Liquid to fight his Elder Titan right now, especially if you're not starting on him and GH has a free fight where you go on these tanky frontliners. You're gonna get stomped on 1, 2, 3 heroes, and man, the amount of spells they can use that to set up for is insane.
And it's the classic mid lane overextension where you try and take the enemy mid tower, you lose that fight, and now you've lost your tower, which was at 100% HP before.
Still a blink toss play here. They want to try and burst somebody down. You have a ult available.
He's gonna pop his ult to try and deal with the wards. Nigma Galaxy looking for an opening to punish him, but tower on a sliver of HP. Deny comes through from Boxy. Jump in from Smail, revealing his blink dagger, but the mobility of Boxy's Marcy easily gets him out of the stomp.
Kind of surprised Sumail didn't jump that more aggressively. You have that ET Spirit backing you up. You're still afraid of getting burst by this AA Tiny, which is a very real threat right now. Should not underestimate that magic damage with almost no survivability.
Yeah,
You have
considering the
everybody there.
stacks allocated to him, he is not that far ahead.
No, he could be having an insane game. Liquid did a decent job shutting him down early. And Radiant's done for V-Tune here. So you can apply a lot more pressure in these fights. Still very farmed. This is a nice matchup versus the Gyro. Some concern there if you're Nigma. How do you deal with this lifesteal in the later stages of the game? Not a good matchup for Ghost. I mean, Medusa's not helping you out too much here.
No.
And the rest of your heroes are pretty terrible into the debuff immunity and the magic resist. So this could be one of those BKB lifestealer games in the later portions where he just rage, BKB, aggressive infest with an Ags, get another rage off, and you're just sitting here for 20, 30 seconds in the fight as Nigma going, what do we do against this guy?
Yeah. And you can't even initiate on him, really, because there's a Dawnbreaker on his team.
Yeah.
So even if you're like, all right, guys, the only way we can deal with this lifesteal, we got to jump him first.
And the rebound. So
yeah. There's actually multiple saves on the side of Liquid, so.
it's a tough puzzle for them to figure out as this game goes later and later. Ideally, you're just so far ahead, you're getting Aegis on the Gyro, and you can just plow into them and power through it with overwhelming damage with this ET passive buffing it all up.
Yeah.
Or you can play this initiation game with the Shaman later.
Smoke across the map, and an Ice Blast headed to the Tormentor. That is not... Oh, perfect timing. It's going to kill
dead.
two. Neutral creep kills on
Yeah,
both of them. The Tormentor will take all the last hits here.
That's actually close, though.
But Noob
almost
is
died.
still extremely low on resources, and he's still going to die for it.
Man, what a blast. Insania.
They're going to look for more heroes. They're not going to find anything but Serpent Wards, but still something to be farmed. He's going to pop his ult again to farm those. That's funny.
No, why not? That's a costly shard, especially it went to the Elder Titan. Ugh. That is not worth it.
No, definitely not worth it. Smail's going to try and fix the map, but will be caught in the process. Burrow Strike through before he can get tossed up in the air by Nisha.
I'm surprised this mid tower is still standing. Liquid haven't made another move on this since the earlier one didn't go as well as they wanted it to with this tiny initiation. Nigma
Jumping onto Nisha, Boxy gets him out again.
So hard to find the gap close with this Shaman right now. You don't want to go too far in because this Dawnbreaker ultimate is always waiting for you. Really tough hero for Shaman to play to in the early game where you have some sort of mobility or cast range. So there's just very little follow-up.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Boxy causing problems, Saberlight causing problems. These initiations are not easy. Whereas for Liquid, you just play this toss-back game. See how much they commit here.
Good snake. Epicenter being threatened, got off the stone case, but he will not be able to stone V-Tune before the damage comes through. And now Liquid are just going to try and run down as many heroes. Samael's trying to make up his mind whether he's going to pull the trigger. Oh, what a save from Boxy!
Does it again?
Got the ulted just in time. The Dawnbreaker ult comes through to help him out as well. Samael, he's now stuck. He has committed everything he had, and he whiffed down the initiation. Nice Burrow Strike TP out, but the toss is there from Nisha. Boxy just picture perfect timing.
He is destroying Nigma's team fight. They do not have an answer for this. If that Burrow hits both of them, you're looking at a very different story. But Boxy is a little faster on the trigger. That makes a world of difference. That was a really nice mid lane ward that Nigma were fighting around too.
Yep.
It's just you lose your frontline Dusa for nothing, and then you miss that stun. That's all she wrote. I don't think you can let Noob be that far up with the toss-back threat and not be willing to back him up. It is not a recipe that's going to work out for you. Even if he gets out there, that fight's not looking as great as you want it to. You need to get some value out of this Deuce's HP pool in a game like this.
Just right before Samael. If he hits the Burrow Strike, then this could be a very different fight, but the Infest save on Boxy, the Dawnbreaker ult that comes through to be able to heal everybody up a bit.
The problem is when you pull that hero super far back, it's harder for the Gyro to commit in the fight too.
Yeah, that's true.
We've seen Ghost impact.
Burrow on three! Earth Splitter right in the middle. It's only going to hit the Ancient Apparition. Boxy Nisha will survive because of the rebounds. Or maybe Boxy doesn't make it. Okay, no stunts. Never mind. Aghanim Scepter is done for Ghost, though. That will certainly allow Nigma Galaxy to be a bit more aggressive.
They need the Sand King Ags. That's what they need right now for damage. Feels like Liquid have just outpaced him here in this mid game. You already have Echo Saber on the Tiny. You're gonna have BKB here on the Dawnbreaker. And this lifesteal is going to be a problem almost regardless of his net worth, but he is the most farmed hero in the game on top of that. Another Shaman kill. You going to pay for it?
Dawnbreak ultimate to try and bail out Boxing. Sumail's taking a lot of damage there from that Marcy ultimate. And they'll surround him. Ghost is going to be able to do some damage here, but the rebound right on top of him. He has no BKB. You're right. He's just going to get killed by the Lifestealer, running him down as the Radiance will burn him out. Now Amar with the buyback, soon to be a dieback. Nigma Galaxy. Well,
they're crumbling.
It happened before 20 minutes, I will say, but it does feel like one of those situations where Nigma Galaxy do have a tendency to fall apart right around that 20-minute mark.
Transition just always goes wrong for them.
Yeah.
Their early game has looked so good for so long, and it never pans out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
That'll be Liquid taking a tier 2, up 5k, and climbing.
That Shaman dieback hurts so much. This is not the lineup where you want the Shaman to be the most sacrificial hero in the game. If you're pushing buildings and taking Roshan and all this stuff, okay. I can kind of buy into that, but it feels like you need him to have a larger impact in the fight. Especially when your lineup struggles against the BKB plus the Rage here. This is a lot to get through for a very magic damage-oriented lineup, and now you're going to lose your carry again.
Sumail, he's going to try and bail him out here, but BKB is up on Saberlight. Now the rebound just means Sumail's going to die as well.
I mean,
double kill for the Lifestealer, and they're right next to the Roshan pit.
It feels like Nigma is so close to some big items, and they just cannot get there. And they have been punished so hard for not having the extra damage on the Sand King. They've been punished incredibly hard for bleeding a couple of core key kills around the map. Is this Sand King Axe ever going to arrive in this game at this point?
Oh, Insania chases away GH from their own Wisdom Shrine.
Liquid have played this lineup really well. They've been very aggressive, looking for all opportunities because they know you have Solar Guardian to bail you out. They know they have this rebound to bail you out. So the more aggressively you can play with this tiny lifesteal, the better the fights are going to go for you, and it's just catching Nigma off guard.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Now this Lifestealer can kind of do whatever he wants with an extra life and to BKB on its way.
I will say this is my biggest criticism of the offlane Medusa.
Yeah.
I still think this hero has huge weaknesses in terms of the map mobility and what it can do if it's not the first point of contact. How much does it actually give you in a team fight if the fight develops in a way where your Gyro, your Sand King is getting jumped in a game like this and your Medusa is just standing around?
Yeah.
Liquid don't care if he throws out a Meteor Hammer and an 8-toes. So what? Even if he goes in and lands some crazy Stone Gaze and freezes him for a second, I don't think that's changing the fight at this point. So this hero just feels like a liability in terms of the 5-on-5, and he feels like a liability in terms of playing the map.
I think there are not that many heroes that can punish the Dusa and the push that she's able to employ, but Tiny's got to be one of them, right? That tossback has always been a problem for Medusa. You're sieging these towers, you get toss back. You're so far out of position, it doesn't matter. You're super tanky.
Pudge can do it.
Pudge, waiting for that.
Bat Rider.
Yeah, that hero's...
He's dead.
Yeah. What are some other ones?
No, that's it.
Okay, so two... There's only one hero that's in the meta. Those other two are not. So...
And one of those heroes is not like the others.
Middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, Tiny is really overpowered. You're right.
One of those heroes has been in the meta for 10 years.
Avery was looking off into the distance, seeing things that I didn't see. He had this sort of like slack look on his face with this intensity in his eyes.
Look, I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something straight there, brother. You never had to play against the Jerax Tiny, okay? When the hero had toss back for 1400, 8-second cooldown bullshit. You never had to play against that, okay? This guy's on some random cliff. Why? Why is he there? It doesn't make any sense. And then you get haunted on. Nobody likes this. 10 years. But one day,
Dire's top tower
there will be justice.
What?
There will be justice.
Is there going to be a tribunal for all tiny pickers of the past?
One day, mark my words, Austin, one day there'll be a week where Tiny's bad.
It'll be a sad time for
Dire's
Dota
top
watchers
tower is
everywhere.
under attack.
You'll miss him. You'll beg. You'll beg to have him back in the meta. As the siege commences, 2 minutes left on the Aegis here. This there's a beast.
Liquid disguising their movement, the siege up top, and a smoke back and through the right side of the map, but runs into Smail. Smail a little bit too slippery.
I mean, you're not going to catch the king. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, you're not going to catch the king.
You're not going to catch the king.
Again.
2 and 5, you're not going to catch.
You won't kill him a sixth time.
Man, he knows where you are. We don't gotta bring that up. I'll tell you, you won't catch this Tiny.
Nisha, deathless game so far. And looking to stay that way. It seems like with a BKB.
Is he the best mid Tiny in the world of like the last year? I think he is. You had to give mid Tiny to a mid player.
Yeah, but there's probably a number of heroes that applies to Nisha. Got him on the edge, Saberlight.
Man.
Good read of the situation, knowing GH was going up the stair step. Nisha does have his BKB. Let's see if he can get it off, though. Omar gets here with the Hex in time. Can they all in? Burst him down. Shackled up. Saberlight's getting good hits in. Nisha finally gets off the BKB, but he finally dies. Avery is wrong.
Deathless for what? He is not the best mid Tiny. I retract my statement.
Well, he did give a triple kill, perhaps an ultra to Saberlight as he clips him on that final hammer swing. A force staff trying to get Ghost back to the high ground. A blood grenade at 26 minutes to slow him down. And the Radiance burn.
Well,
it'll do its job. Oh. Wait, no, he's got another force staff. Gets back to the fountain in time. So they turn back to kill the Medusa instead.
This is classic Medusa to me. I don't know. He just shows up some point in the fight and then just gets killed. Feels bad. They do get the Tiny, though. That's a big kill. That's a big kill. A lot of momentum.
Radiant's
Aegis will expire.
under attack.
Rebuildings, 3,000 net worth gained.
Something here. Not an Aegis. I think Liquid were expecting to end the game with. One they will happily use well. As GH is once more out on the map. This guy is always flirting with danger.
His spirit is going to reveal him. They know where he went up to. They know where he's trying to TP away from.
The shard, stop! He almost made it.
Back to the Tormentor. Liquid will take their own free shard.
Yeah, no Ice Blast to ruin their day. No box. All right.
Dire are scanning.
It's a nice little shard. I don't think he's going to use it too aggressively this game. He's mainly been using the rebounds for the saves and getting his own team in there. You never know. And the Ags was finished by Sumail, so if you're looking for that comeback team fight, it's got to be sooner rather than later.
Yeah, but it's so late into the game at this point in time. Is it really that impactful? I feel like it is an OP Aghanims when you pick it up and you get level 12 around that same timing. That first team fight, it's like guaranteed win.
You get the ET aura in there.
This late into the game? I mean, yeah, okay, ET aura, that makes sense.
It is the
certainly
stinger.
buffs it up a lot.
It's the stinger, but you're going to buff a lot of the epicenter damage. If the ET ever gets in there, you're going to buff up some of the physical with the stingers and the flax. It's got to be behind this Elder Titan aura. That's your comeback here. Or finding some good targets at the start of the fight. We haven't seen a fight where Nigma has started on the support duo.
Insania running into GH, trying to get a solo kill. Force Staff gets him away from the Ice Blast. No solo kill here, but Bash will stop Omar from being able to TP out.
There's that Axe. There's that Axe.
He puts it to use to kill a 5 position.
Got him, though.
He did get him. Killed the hell out of him.
Sends a message to the captain of Liquid.
Captain of Liquid.
Should have kept me when you had the chance.
I'm pretty sure Aiden would have wanted to keep Sumail if he could have.
Worked out for him in the end, though.
Yeah, I guess if you consider winning a TI as an accomplishment. But what's that to playing with the king?
That's true, Austin. What is TI compared to a lifetime of memories in North America?
Don't you feel blessed, Avery?
Not the word I would use. But I cherish my time. I cherish my time.
Stania's just relentless.
Got the BKB.
A one-man baking machine got the BKB out of Ghost. Unfortunately, maybe he got the BKB a little bit too early out of him before the Lifestealer could get there in time.
You gotta remember that old Pierce's BKB now.
Yeah.
That was fair. It looks like he was in range of the circle, but what can you do? Daytime reveal. Everything is seen.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And they'll go high ground with the information here. Not going to wait for that next Roshan. This is the BKB Lifestealer. I mean, this is trouble territory for Nigma if they weren't already in trouble. Because what do you do versus this guy? You have no way to interact with him. Well, I mean, Stone Gaze, sure, but it's not doing anything for you in this game.
You really hate this offlane Dusa, huh?
Yeah, I do. Because I think it's an abomination.
But you call things an abomination when they're insanely good.
That's a good abomination.
What is Aiden doing up here? Omar does manage to get a lockdown of Insania,
nice
but Forstaff so far away, he's going to survive. Now the Ice Blast that's coming in will be the end of Samam.
That's why I didn't keep you.
Maybe Saberlight dies for this, trying to get a toss back on him. Does manage to do so. Oh, rebounded in onto the Shadow Shaman with an avalanche on 3. Insania gets a triple, and Liquid clean house.
That's over, man. I mean, the second that triple stun lands, you're tagging out of this one. That was just nasty. Dude, Boxy, he's good.
He's pretty damn good.
His support duo is pretty good.
Just hasn't really been able to shine so much in this season.
Yeah, I mean,
because a lot of 4 positions have struggled.
They've looked really good at the events that Blitz hasn't been at.
True.
So that could be, there could be a correlation there. I'll leave it up to you. But just when they're
the right heroes.
When they are clicking, it looks damn good. AC flying in for this Dawnbreaker. There's just no way to stand your ground in this game if you're Nigma. If you can't stand your ground with a Medusa lineup, you can't take the fights. Your backline is put in such an awkward position. You're getting jumped by Marcy, getting jumped by Tiny. Can't commit on these heroes. You don't have the damage anymore. That early game was strong, but it led nowhere. And you just finished BKB for the Sand King, but now it's way too late. There's too much HP to get through here. I mean, this AA has 2,000 HP with a Solar Crest Gale Guard. You got a full combo of this AA to kill him, and you could even infest this guy. You can Solar Guardian this guy. You can rebound
That's what
him.
that Aghanim's from the Sand King is for.
Infested Tiny. That is a lot of HP, man.
That's some
A
beef
lot of HP.
right there.
That's almost 5,000 HP at the 30-minute mark.
Radiant are scanning.
Funny part is he's built for damage too. The Crystallis. He doesn't even have like that Wind Waker build.
Oh, he's gonna swing the club. Someone's getting hit.
Biding their time, waiting for a better opening to come along that is not a Medusa.
I honestly think they could just jump the Dusa too, but
Yeah, I think so too.
they are being disciplined about it. I mean, you have 2 lanes, so you can just wait for these lanes to go in as well. So there's no need to force the action here if you're Liquid. Amp damage in the river. I want to go back for that.
And I assume as somebody shows in the base, then Liquid's just going to take Roshan.
Oh, you can absolutely just wait for Roche as well. You could also just walk down bottom lane, take the base fight.
It's an amp damage and Roche's up.
Yeah, it's a little too tempting
It's
here.
a little too free.
Or amp damage and game.
Now, Omar did get behind them and has a really nice ward to contest that Roshan if Nigma Galaxy can get here. Jump into the base, though, and Ghost is already gone.
That is way too fast.
Rebound forward, looking for more. Boxy almost getting his hands on. GH is running all the way back to the fountain. He's going to go for it. Really wants this kill on the Elder Titan. They will have it. Another one. Saberlight, he's got the BKB. Doesn't need to use it. Rebound forward, catches Medusa. Now puts Boxy a little bit too far forward. But he's got a BKB too. So Nigma Galaxy can't do anything to these guys.
Yeah, they missed their mark in this game.
Toss back. Toss him straight to the hands of Life Stealer. Use those claws to rip through the Mana Shield pretty damn quickly. Godlike for V2.
And a Dagon from the Medusa, because you need some damage. Need anything right now.
What? Okay, I guess. Yeah, Dagon.
He's having fun, you know. Living life out here. He's living his best life, Austin.
He's trying really, really hard to bait things for Samael to hit some kind of epicenter. Samael keeps on pumping it. He's never going to pull it because Nisha instead makes the initiation.
He's had his number this game.
And Samael just left in the sandstorm. We'll have to watch as his off-lane duo dies without an epicenter actually used. Now trying to use it again, but the Infest jumped on a Ghost. That epicenter is never going to come out.
He didn't do anything in 2
edging
lives.
it the entire time. Oh, God, he finally uses it.
Well,
and he got an Ancient Apparition. He got what he came for. He was looking for Insania.
you know what they say, Austin? The road to championships.
Got to be with an Elder Titan against a Morphling. Burrow Strike available. Saberlight's going to get to the other side of the cliff. Did he make it far enough away? He should be fine.
We get another round of applause for that harrowing escape from Saberlight. Thank you.
Yay.
Very good job. Did not feed First Blood. Like a fool.
You're saying only fools give away First Blood?
That's right. You have to really not know what you're doing to give away First Blood. I like this Liquid Trap. I think this is a... Sure, you can have your first pick Morphling. You can have the most broken hero of the patch. You can have the best hero for Ghost of his entire pool, level 30, that he never loses on and demolished teams earlier today with. You can have it. But guess what? He's going to have the worst game of his career because we are going to commit every pick of our lineup to make Morphling as miserable as possible. And they have done that. This is a terrible lineup for Morphling to play into. Undoubtedly.
Do you think this is literally the worst lineup
It's up there.
Morphling could ever play against? Like, what would make it even worse?
An instant Hex. That's like all that's missing.
Ah,
right?
okay, yeah.
Otherwise, you have everything.
I mean, they have instant silence with Muerta, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close. Muerta, terrible matchup. Puck, extra silence, extra coil, tough matchup. Hard to hit him, hard to latch him. Sand King gives you the instant stun. This is maybe the one part where the Morphling can abuse because, you know, he can do some work for Sand King, turn into him, and win the lane pretty hard. But then you have ET Drow, and that is just straight nasty and difficult for Morphling to play into in the late game. Really tough carry matchup and a hero that abuses your lack of BKB purchasing in a lot of situations.
If this was a different team, I would say this Morphling needs to be a 2. And they should have done carry, Slardar, carry, Doom. But I don't know if... I mean, does Samael play Morphling? Oh, sure he does, right?
Of course he does.
Why couldn't they do that then? Noob is going to get run down. If it's that bad of a Morphling game, as we see First Blood go to Insania, then why didn't they switch things up?
Because they believe in Ghost's ability to carry the uncarryable. That is, I mean, I don't know why I said that. They believe in Ghost's ability to carry despite him being picked into a lot of counters. If you're willing... I really don't know why I said all
that. Was like a Freudian slip.
No,
we believe in Ghost to carry the uncarryable Nigma Galaxy.
Himself. Like when he's putting himself in his own backpack to carry that is what I meant.
Yeah.
If you're going to first pick Morphling, you have to be prepared for games like this, right? And they just trust that he's going to be able to execute down the clutch and that it'll open up some other picks down the line that are going to have a better game as a result.
Saberlight, there's one more hit coming in.
Got Bonds. He's dead.
And Alfredo Bonds. Kill the creeps.
Kill him faster. What is
Tango?
They're not hitting him.
They're not killing the creeps fast enough. Ghost, you got to hit those creeps. All right. Oh, now he went over it to get the kill.
He got him.
That was nice.
Insult to injury. You thought he wasn't going to get him. He's just waiting. He was giving him the hope, you know, before you snatch it away.
That's why Ghost is who Ghost is. The psychological terror that he puts into people.
You got to build them up. You can bring them down. Just like my college advisor in high school.
What? He built you up?
And then he tore me down.
And then he tore you down?
That's how I ended up at Dota. No, he was a very nice man. I don't know.
Okay.
Another decent bonds here. There's a lot of damage on the Sand King, who just got back to lane.
Maybe they'll go after GH. Saberlight doesn't want to leave the safety of his Sandstorm. Burrow Strike, GH healing himself. I think he probably out-heals this damage. Yeah, he's good.
He's chilling. He's got some stick charges as well. That should be the salve out of the Sand King. That's the last regen up here. This is the one lane where this Morphling can really abuse this hero and have a good start that can overcome a lot of the counters later. So you are looking to have a good start for this Morphling if you are Nigma Galaxy. But so far, it's Sumail at the top dominating the mid lane matchup as the Slardar versus the Nisha Puck.
Yeah, this is one of those melee hero versus puck matchups that actually goes pretty well for the melee hero.
Just so tanky. Got some regen. Abuse those water runes with some sprint action. There's a lot of things you can do to just make a lot of these matchups not that tough for the Slardar, and he has taken it to him on the CS chart so far. Nice start for him.
Zania trying to get the extra boost here. Challenge Noob. They're going to turn back around, try and kill him here. The Drow Ranger nowhere close by, so Insania will end up dying. Trying to stop all this pull shenanigans.
Bonds him to his own little stack. Oh, I mean, you gotta right-click those down, right? Those are just too low and too juicy.
GH pushed into the tier 2 tower.
What is going on?
Man just wants to keep himself alive. I mean, he's pulling a lot of attention. Isha might be surprised here. So whip out the corner. Not enough to get the kill, though.
That's very close. If you can manage to land a bash in there somehow, chain those stuns from the fog. Could have had a cheeky little puck. What? Why is this still happening?
Clarity. He's going to try and get the kill. A dead shot. Which way did GH go?
Ooh, can you juke him?
Oh, he just uses on him direct, thinking that the slow would be enough, and he does read the situation correctly.
I guess you get something out of that chase.
Some are still hanging around here. Nah, he's going back to lane.
So it's the carries having mostly free farm lanes again. B-Tune at the top. And these offlaners kind of suffering right now.
I mean, I guess, does it matter if Morphling is free farming if the...
No. Liquid don't care, right?
No.
There's no way you care about free farm Morphlings. No way.
B-Tune pushed away. Making a run for it. Does have a Lotus. Turns around, gets a multi-shot. That'll be enough damage that they should be able to get the kill on Noob in return. Can they get more? Insania is buff. It runs out.
A lot of ice armor.
Not going to be able to do that much more damage unless Boxy had more mana to work with, which he doesn't. They'll go back for Lotus. Meanwhile, yeah, Nisha's just dead.
Didn't dodge the whip. Got greedy for the rune and gets punished and loses the rune. Sumail stepping it up in this mid lane right now.
Taking over.
The king. What is I don't understand. Like
GH is just somehow attracted every hero of Liquid to run at him at
I feel
some
like
point.
We're just watching this Warlock run away from people. From their side of the map. Why? What's he doing in these places? It's just...
I mean, what are they doing chasing him?
Good point.
They're not getting the kill.
Good point, Austin.
7-minute Wisdom Shrine coming up. Looks like no contest. If anything, Nigma Galaxy
looking to kill
wants
this
to kill B-Tune again.
Before he gets the 6, even out this carry-carry matchup, give Ghost more time.
Sneak around the side, GH, he'll lay a ward down, get a little bit more information. This is a hard kill, though.
Have to land dagger and the whip.
Yeah, you have to land the dagger, then feel strong enough to dive the tower. They're going to go for it, miss the dagger. And just like that, the gank is over.
That's a tough go. The first one, you get him, you surprise him. If the lane's in a good position, it's a lot easier. If the Ringmaster can come from behind as Ghost with a solo kill.
And Nisha getting very low in mid as well. Sumail didn't have the bash ready to go yet. Otherwise, would have had that kill, maybe.
Should call him El Saber soloed. He gets solo killed so much. That was a pretty good one. Somewhere the Ross
no. Yeah, we were talking about how there needs to be more nicknames in Dota. I don't know.
That's a pretty good one.
I don't know if Saberlight appreciates that nickname.
It's like Han Solo.
Epicenter coil on 2, but Saberlight is Epicenter. It was just too far away. Couldn't get the burrow strike. It's a level 1 burrow strike, so
Yeah,
you
that's
could only
tough.
get so much of that damage in.
Also tanky, man.
VTune is going to join them, though, as a dead shot pushes Samael back in the hands of VTune.
They're all here.
And with the help of Nisha, yeah, they just Liquid have brought every single hero here. Noob, he's not level 6 yet, but maybe just through the power of Scorched Earth and body mass, he'll just run down these squishier heroes. Meanwhile, Nisha, he gets hit by the whip here, goes for the kill, though, underneath the tier 2 tower, collects it. Meanwhile, VTune pushing back the Doom. The Doom, no longer having the Scorched Earth, no longer having that damage. He's just going to be kited away. VTune is just going to slow him down, and Noob is just... He actually got him! Wait, but the Lotus keeps him alive. Never... No. Oh, he does actually get the kill. VTune, it didn't have to go this way.
Yeah, that was unnecessary. I guess he goes to base anyway. But Noob happy overall. That pushes him close to level 6. Should have Doom available now. And ultimately for Nigma Galaxy, it's another strong surely game, right? They have a super farm Morphling. They have pressured the Drow a little bit. And this Sand got Omega punished. The mid matchup was 1. Your Slardar looking pretty enabled here. Which is another big piece of the puzzle. If you can use this Slardar to get early Roshans for the Morph, that will also help him overcome the counters.
Little bit of stacks for the Sand King, so there's still that to fall back on.
But it's not about what the Sand King gets. It's about what the Morphling has gotten out of the Sand King.
True. VTune making a read of the situation. It was the right read to back away, I think.
Gary Lane to stand on versus the Doom. You don't have teleport. You're just down here stranded.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those situations like, why are you even wasting your time trying to be in lane? Just go hit jungle.
I would agree. Oh, amp damage room. Nisha rewarded.
Now maybe you could hold that tower. If you want to make some sort of smoke move with an amp damage.
Yeah, this is a scary hero to fight into right now for Nigma.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Gotta remember, they don't have the best lockdown for Puck this game either. So you really have to play well around this Doom and try and land the few stuns you have on Nisha in the fight and just burst him down with the overwhelming physical.
Yeah.
Not an easy task. The scale for Nisha's game looks pretty terrifying. He's also having a fairly solid game.
Radiant's bottom tower is
He got killed in that one fight mid, but other than that, kind of cruising here.
Looks like Liquid is not going to try and stop that safe lane tower. Okay, TP in from Saberlight, and from the epicenter at the side does manage to hit the burrow strike. They'll get the kill on Omar. So the tower still falls, but they get a kill for it, and mid tower might actually fall from this amp damage. Nisha.
No way to defend this.
I mean, Samael can maybe hope to get a deny on the tower by pushing Nisha away, but the amp damage makes it too easy.
It's too scary with coil up there. You don't know if there's going to be help coming in. You get coiled, and then you're just stuck here versus the amp damage raining in on you, plus some other spells. You get dead shot out of the coil. A lot of bad things can happen to you, and you do not want to risk this Sardar's blink timing. That was a really nice rune pickup for Liquid. It did a lot of work here in the last minute or two. Still have this free farm Morphling. Scariest hero on the map. I think Ghost is going to have to join some of these early fights, so this is not a game he can just AFK farm for 30 minutes. He's going to have to get involved, and he has some good steals. That's the upside. Whenever you pick these heroes that are really good against Morph, a lot of time if you take their spells and use it against them, it's extra value.
Yeah, Puck is good against Morphling, but Morphling's also really good against Puck.
If you can silence him.
If you can turn to the Puck and silence him, which I feel like I've seen happen more often than not in this matchup lately. VTune gonna get run down, just numbers. He just run past the tower,
Drow action.
ignoring everybody else from Liquid and go straight for the Drow Ranger. Now, they're going to lose some heroes for it, but well worth it if it's just a single Warlock.
Oh, he lost his courier, though.
And Foxy does not pull the trigger on his guns to get the deny either. So Nigma Galaxy walking away with quite a lot there.
Oh, they're happy with that. Other than GH. Especially if they get this.
Oh, yeah. Saberlight dead again, perhaps? Okay, jukes him a little bit. He could dodge just a little bit more damage to Dune wear out, but he does not manage to do so.
I'm not going to say it. But he did get solo killed.
He did get soloed.
He's really not going to like that one. I feel like I'm moving up that Liquid hit list slowly, but I'm grinding my way to the top, you know?
Who's
One
at
day,
the top? Nisha?
I don't know. Who is?
I mean, that's probably the most unassailable player.
No, I'm saying they're the list they have where they hate everybody.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Remember from last season?
Yeah,
They said
yeah,
they have a talent shit list.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even on it.
You were offended by the fact
Yes,
that...
I'm trying to grind my way up.
I see. I thought it was your hit list of hating on individual Liquid players.
Oh, I don't hate anybody on Liquid.
Epicenter all in on Sumail. Good save from Omar. Does manage to get that off before the silences come through, but the coil just lasts too long.
This team fight is scary if you are the ones getting initiated on. There's just so much easy follow-up. Especially between Muerta Elder Titan. Like, man, you get hit by a Burrow Strike or a coil this game, you are likely having it snap. You're getting silenced on top of it. You're getting amped up on top of it. You're just sitting in a sandstorm. It's miserable. This is one of those games where if you're Nigma Galaxy, you wish you could buy 5 BKBs because this is absolutely the strongest item you can get versus this Liquid lineup. Sure. Who is going to buy BKB in this game? Okay, Slardar, sure, but you're getting it second or third. Doom, sure, maybe third, maybe fourth, depending on if you want the Radiance build-up or not.
Morphling definitely gets one at some point. Right?
Yeah, again, you get it at some point, but that's where I'm asking. Is
Not
this
early
timing
enough.
ever going to align for Nigma where they have the triple BKB and they can take that fight?
Right.
Do they lose too much? Do they lose a Roshan before they have the BKBs to fight? They have to win these fights before those come out. They have to make some good moves. And we talk time and time again, that early to mid transition for Nigma is such a hurdle for them in some of these games. They just can't find the moves. This is another move. Should work out here, but it's a big time commitment.
He does have his ultimate, and he could threaten the TP, but there will be the whip follow-up from Omar. So
it's not too bad.
I'll chase him down eventually. I mean, Box is still buying a decent amount of time for his death, but that is a dominating streak. So it's a good amount of gold, 613
They
gold.
want to go top. They want to defend his tower.
Already got a Doom onto the puck.
super
That is perfect. Nigma Galaxy finding big openings on both sides of the map.
And Ghost had dust for the Sand King.
Beautiful.
Super well played by him. He is mega farmed. Is this where you just go gate and insta Tormentor?
Yeah.
Right,
Hit the
this is-
objectives while you can.
Yeah, this is what you want this game to look like if you're Nigma Galaxy right now. Kills into fast objectives. Tormentor, early Roshans, pump this Morphling up as much as possible. He's going to hit incredibly hard. As long as you get the initiation like we saw there, if you can find some good Doom, good Slardar Crush, it only takes 2 Morphling hits. You're going to kill anybody.
Yeah.
Really nice sequence for Nigma, and they get a nice
if only
shard.
they had a-
They don't die on it this time, so things are looking up.
Yeah. Epicenter on mid lane. Noob. He'll be the victim of that one. An overwhelming amount of firepower from Liquid employed to be able to kill the offlaner of Nigma Galaxy. 11-11, 3,000 net worth lead now for Nigma Galaxy. They're looking still for more. Escape backed away. Deadshot dodged. Omar will be fine.
Liquid's just not letting Nigma get this middle lane out. They have no vision around mid. Everybody who's gone here to try and push it out has died. They are not getting the rune control. So that part of the map has been Liquid's. They have claimed it. They are refusing to give it up. The side lane action has been solid for Nigma Galaxy. And it's something to think about here as you try and angle for this Roshan. At some point, you will have to take some of that middle to go for this early Slardar Roshan. That move is going to be super pivotal for Nigma to make it the right point and for Liquid to defend it.
And hard to find that right point if you're giving every power rune to a puck.
That's the trade-off.
Noob. Back-to-back deaths for him inbound as a Burrow Strike into the Earth Splitter. It's a combination. Liquid playing off of some deep wards. Might be able to get some tier 2 damage in there as well.
Rough double death for him. We can see the lack of lane shove for Nigma really getting punished here. The pickoff is really strong for Liquid. They can stay off the map with a lot of heroes, and you're just going to catch these clunky cores on lanes. They can't do anything about it. This Midas for the Doom, though, not feeling so great right now.
Do you feel like this is the wrong item choice?
No, it just doesn't feel great.
Okay. You don't think that a Blink Dagger might have been more warranted to keep up the aggression? You said that their game plan needed to be fast kills into fast objectives, put pressure on Liquid.
Austin, can you not bang the table?
I'm sorry.
You've just broken our monitor.
I may have just turned off our monitor.
The guy who is complaining about audio issues is banging the table every sentence.
It's fine.
I'm sure they can hear it on the mic.
No, I turned it back on. We're all fine.
Would you like to keep banging, or can I make my rebuttal
That's how I
now?
make my point, all right?
Very, very aggressive. Feel very aggressed on.
Listen, just because you're trying to dodge out on analysis. Oh, Ghost.
They missed the puck. They got the puck.
They got the puck with the crush, but that stun doesn't last long. Boxy gets blown up for sure. Banisha has already had to make his way back. Meanwhile, a lot of shots being thrown at the Doom. Bailed out by the escape back, though. And a coil meant to keep the Morphling at bay. Hold them away for now. But now that mid tower is open for the taking, Ghost will make short work of that one.
Not the worst fight for Nigma. You're trying to angle for this 20-minute Roshan on the bottom side of the map. Would make your life a lot easier. So as long as you don't lose any big fight right now, you're okay. But Liquid escaped. They're continuing to find farm on the big cores.
They do have the blink tagger on Nisha, and he spots
Can't.
Ghost right now. Can they burst him down fast enough?
Didn't get
Maybe
the
the Earth
forward.
Splitter, the Bro Strike. Okay, that was a very nicely placed combo. Once again, Liquid playing off of the vision, coordinating their spells nicely enough. That one wasn't on me.
He's banging the table again.
I did not touch the table.
Just don't throw your water on me. GH not going to make it out of here. And that's where Nigma needed more off that team fight, because the second you go back to splitting up the map, you're going to get picked off. You're going to have the move made onto you, and it's just faster from Liquid right now. The fact you lost... This is not a game you can afford deaths on the Morphling. It's just not. Every death is going to hurt you so much.
Because it's such a bad Morphling game that he just has
he
to
can't fall
maintain
behind.
a net worth lead.
He can't fall too far behind in this game. The fights are going to become incredibly difficult for him, and your ability to help him out in those fights is fairly limited. So you're going to have a couple utility items from this support duo, but their spells are mainly aggressive spells. They're not... You have Escape Deck, that's really it.
Yeah.
And it might not save you this game. Elder Titan is a decent answer to that. They have a lot of AoE. AoE silences for you as well. Come out of this box, you could just never get anything off.
Do you still get hit by the... I bet you still get hit by Drow arrows from multi-shot? And technically, Escape Act, I think, only gives you magic resistance.
Yeah, it doesn't block any sort of damage that would hit you normally.
So he could still get blown up in that Escape Act, right? From multi-shot? That's how I would take that to happen.
That would make sense to me.
In which case, it may not even be that good of a save. We'll see.
It is an extra dimensional box.
Right. Sorry, I forgot. You being a... Was it? What degree do you have again? Some sort of engineering degree.
I have an extra dimensional degree.
Well, you would know all about extra dimensional space.
Actually, I did know the guy who was... This is a true story. I knew the guy who was the head of extraterrestrial communications, which meant that if aliens come to Earth and they interact with the U.S. first, he's the point of contact. He's the guy who goes in there and talks to them first. He was the head of the committee.
This is lining up with your mammoth conspiracy.
That's a true story.
Stun! Epicenter is going to be able to come in. Burrow Strike on 2. A big hit from Saberlight. Goes straight to the back line. Hits GH with it as well. Ghost tries to go and he runs into the Epicenter. Takes a huge amount of damage. Waveform over the side. Coil's going to deny that TP. He's done for.
4 gone just like that. And, I mean, Noob's the only one who survives because he's not in the middle of it.
They didn't even get a kill out of that?
They got nothing.
Nigma Galaxy held the high ground. How did that go so wrong?
The silence is coming through. You just coil them up. And it's just easy pickings with the damage. Look at the Drow's position, the ET's position. Way too good here. You don't get on these backline heroes, they're going to dice you up. E-Tune just goes to work. Again, you don't have BKBs. It's so hard to commit into these fights.
Yeah.
With all the silences running around. No good answer for the coil.
They're like a solid 1,000 to 1,500 away from the BKB on both the Doom and the Slardar. So
that's why you needed that Roshan to get you there.
Right.
This is what I'm saying. Those timings, yeah, it's a super strong BKB game, but the pathway there is not that easy. And if you slip up, this game becomes really difficult. It has now become very difficult for Nigma. This is not an Aegis you wanted to give in this game. Makes your life very sad if you're a Ghost here.
As he is now behind the Drow Ranger for the first time in this game.
The damage is ramping up right now. That's the scary part. Liquid got through this early game. Now they're just going to build to scale. They have ET to power all this magic damage. It's a nice engine. You have a really good puck game. He's 6-2. He's going to have Parasma, another magic amp. You have Mortha who can output some extra magic damage. This Drow is just going to build to deal the deeps. And then you already have an Ag Sand King who can just go into Shiva's, your last magic amp. You're going to have negative bazillion magic resistance if you are Nigma Galaxy.
Negative bazillion.
That's NA math right there for you all.
So wait, how'd you know this alien guy?
Oh, you're actually interested in that story.
I mean, how could I not be?
Well, there's your BKB.
Yeah, no, Noob is sticking around to try and kill the creep wave. That was,
That is not what you want out of it.
no. Because another wave is coming, and Liquid is coming to start taking some towers. They have the Aegis to back them up. Nigma is not going to take this team fight.
I honestly think they're dodging until you have your two other BKBs. I don't think you're confident enough to take the fight, especially into Aegis, without the Morphling and the Slaughter being able to just commit in. Now, that will be a big point in this game, what Nigma can do with the triple BKB when they get it online. That does look tough for Liquid. The positioning's going to have to be really on point. You can't let the Drow get gap closed. He's your one answer to that kind of situation. And Saberlight will have to find his impact off the stuns more than just existing in the fight.
So back to your friend who talks
Yes,
to the
back to
aliens
the
or whatever.
So there's actually a committee on this,
Yeah.
right? You know, in Washington or whatever.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
committee determines what that point of contact looks like.
Right.
What is supposed to be said in the first few sentences of communication, right?
Right, of
But
course.
somebody has to be that person, the liaison, who says it. And this guy is that guy.
Okay.
He is him. He is the dude that when the alien asks,
I mean,
who am I speaking with? It's him.
wait, so when the aliens come, take me to your leader. We take him to that guy?
Yeah, it's him. Like well, no, you don't take, he's not the leader you take him to. He's the guy who says, I understand your request. Here is why you shouldn't annihilate us. I will gladly take you to your reserved meeting with the leader.
Somehow Noob got the Doom on him, but it doesn't matter. Nisha will
Another
survive it.
BKB charge, by the way. This is the Nigma Galaxy mid game that perplexes me. How it always goes down like this. It seems like it's a series of 4 to 5 core pickoffs around the map. They don't group up. They don't take a proper fight. They don't bait anybody. They don't.
Whoa. That's a little unfair. This one was them literally just losing that one fight next to Roshan.
Yeah, sure, but then they bleed it out a lot, right?
Yeah, but that's because the enemy team has Aegis. They have to bleed it out in some ways because they don't want to take a fight.
Oh, look at this, though. Do they, Austin?
That was
do they?
nice. That
They just do
was
stuff like that?
smooth. I'll give Ghost. That was a smooth hit right there.
Would you say he's a smooth criminal?
Just got struck by a smooth criminal, Boxy.
There's the BKB for the Morphling. And so your triple BKB is done. You get a Blink Dagger on the Doom. You're super ready to go here. This is the turning point for Nigma in this game. Can you find an opening? 50 seconds left on the Aegis. 30 seconds for the Doom BKB, but you can absolutely fight without it.
Spotted Omar on the side. Wasn't sitting up on the high ground.
Yeah, what is he doing there, man? That
Gets
is-
picked apart, and now with their save gone, Nisha's just going to keep running at Heroes. They're going to pick up Noob because BKB is still on cooldown after all. Okay, now I'm with you on the whole pickoffs and perplexing situation.
It's just not clean and decisive, and you can't give these kind of openings to top teams. Cost you so much. I don't think you had any business being there with this Aegis still for a minute. I think that's a situation you split the map, you wait for that Aegis to expire, and right when it's expiring, you can maybe look for that fight, an instant kill. Instead, you're going to bleed out 2 more kills. You're losing some of this BKB timing. Liquid get to regroup, back up, control the map. And now where do you go if you're Nigma in terms of the vision that you have to fight around? You have 1 ward on your own triangle? That's it. That's the only place you can go to look for in a jump. And it just got killed. So now you're really blind. 0 obs on the map for Nigma Galaxy. Tough. Really tough to make this move. You have your triple BKB and you see nothing to do with it.
They're just going to blind smoke, run out there and hope that they run into the right situation. Which, judging by the way Liquid is currently postured on the map, it's not looking good.
Yeah, I mean, we can see it with their fog in this smoke. It's so tough to pick a direction to go. You can guess someone's at the triangle, but Liquid are backing off.
Yeah, they're literally not even staying in the triangle and waiting for smoke to break on the low ground.
And the timing of this is weird because if Roshan was up, you could just go Rosh. If you don't
Play
find
for the Wisdom Shrine, and they will get
something.
Insania there. But Nisha
Oh,
found the
that
opening.
pearl.
He spotted both supports, and the Echo hits on the 3 different cores at the same time. A double assault from Liquid that is having Nigma Galaxy fall apart, but they got the Doom onto the puck. Wait a minute, the puck couldn't do it alone, and he stretched himself a little bit too far out there. Boxy pushed himself forward, pops his ultimate, does what he can, but the fight is already done. Liquid, a two-pronged assault that neither side succeeds.
I am surprised Liquid took that fight with the ET dying first, because that's a good setup for Nigma, right? You get to hold your BKBs, take the backline damage hamper out. They had a really, really good burrow strike into multi-shot.
And he had a good two-man coil. He hit the two supports at the same time.
If you had the ET there, you just wiped them, right?
Sure.
You have Earth Splitter on top of that. This Morphling almost went down to some of those shots from the drought, but got Glimmer Caped at the end. The cores are able to run it off, and that is the BKB difference. It lets you commit in this fight and look for those opportunities. You catch the puck. Easy pickings. Big team fight win.
Big team fight win. Unfortunately, there's still some time until Roshan. So that fight, it was great and gives a lot of hope for Nigma Galaxy for the future. Okay, guys, we can win fights with BKBs, etc. But the important one is the next Roshan fight.
Why were you banging the desk for all of that? I don't understand.
He's just gaslighting you guys. I was not banging the desk.
The monitor went out again.
It did not. You're just lying to
You don't
the
have to be so
audience.
aggressive, Austin. Just don't.
What is wrong with you? You're lying about this. You're lying about your alien guy. I mean,
That's a true story. I'll give you his business card. That is a 100% true story. I'm not making that up. It's not like I'm the guy. I just said I knew the guy.
well, of course, that would be far too unbelievable to say you were the guy.
Of course, I'm not the guy.
You just happen to know this super important guy.
I mean, he's not that important. Like, the likelihood he has to do anything ever is 0. You know?
Joe Avery's an alien guy who doesn't believe in aliens. All right. What makes him qualified?
He was a language / communications
Is this
expert.
the peak of like a communications major? Is this what you could aspire to be if
Oh,
you
actually, I do.
get your
I do remember.
master's in
Okay,
communications?
so the actual funny
you
part of
become
this,
the alien whisperer.
the monitor went out again, man. Stop slamming the table. I know you're excited. Nigma gonna pick off. Let's see if they can get more out of this. I will finish this story later. There is a good part to it. Aggressive Glimmer Capes looking for the drow, but they can't get the gap closed. They will take Insania instead. Easy double support cleanup. Nigma Galaxy finding some moves. Getting aggressive with these BKBs. They're feeling strong.
And now we're in that Roshan spawn window. Unfortunately, again, for them, Roshan still isn't up. It's going to be a later one, it seems.
Oh, they're going to try on this morph.
Couple more seconds and it will
Can they
spawn.
burst him?
No! Burst him down! No! The BKB need more strength. Now he will survive. And they got a return kill. It's going to be the Sand King. And they know you banged the road. What is wrong with you?
I ain't no miracle, son.
Ghost stays alive, and they know Roshan is up. Unfortunately, he's got to heal right now.
I will say
he has
Ghost
Blast.
is
Does he need
very good at knowing his limits.
Yeah.
I feel like he is very good at playing around the right HP levels. That's why his Morphling is his signature hero, because that is the ultimate quality of a Morphling play.
Well, Nigma Galaxy, time to get to it. 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, you have to.
This is free Roche.
Have to do. You have your BKBs up.
I say it's free. I feel like Liquid's probably going to contest.
They might contest.
They have such good contesting heroes.
But you take that contest if you're Nigma. You have BKBs. Yeah. You can BKB man up for it. This is pretty fast once the Morphling's in there. Dodge a stomp, go in. Yeah, you commit for this. And if Liquid fight you, take the fight. They're just going to back off. They want nothing here. Big Aegis.
Yeah, they place double wards to see Liquid coming. Liquid is in the area.
I mean, they're going to
spot GH maybe. But Roshan's already dead. Ghost has picked up the Aegis.
That's
a
huge.
Massive win. I mean, this Morphling versus Drow Ranger matchup, You need the extra life.
Yes. You just need to be able to fight it out, break the front line. Unless you can gap close them with Swift Blink later, but we're not in that territory yet. And this will also let Nigma's cores get to the other big items. They were closing in on Ags for the Slardar and Shivas for the Doom. A lot of survivability there. Box taking a quick break.
A little quick drum solo for the man as... what is this 3-man smoke from Liquid? What were they doing? Where are they going?
Looking for a pick off on one of the side lanes. They found a couple this game. But Nigma are ahead of them, setting up top for the puck.
Oh no! They jumped at the wrong timing right as he went to clear out the creep wave.
Is there a blind golem?
Oh no!
He's
Even worse!
I should
take the Tormentor. It's all,
that
it's all good.
was a Tormentor golem.
Tormentor Roche. Or Golem, yeah.
GH is such a team player, man.
Yeah, he really is.
Even gave the shard to the Ringmaster. Look at that.
Well, he already took the other shard.
Not a bad spotlight game. The mischance here?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
No BKB on this Drow yet.
Omar getting a lot of information on this mid lane. He just needs his team to show up for him. Tame the Beast into the wheel. Quick pick off on Boxy and a dead shot from Ghost that nails Saberlight as he was trying to TP away.
Man.
What a sick play.
This guy is a beast on this hero, and that is why you should not have given it if you were Liquid. Because you are paying the price now. 12-2 on this Morphling. You picked all these counters for what, Austin? Just to make the loss more embarrassing?
Maybe. Liquid, they got to get out of here because Ghost just picked up a haste rune. He's making his way down the river.
He's beasting up this game. Almost level 25. That could be a coup de grace here.
And
I'll pronounce it correctly.
Good job.
Top
and you went from this Slardar not having BKB to now having a full-out Aghanim Scepter.
Dags and the Shivas are done. So your tanky frontline boys who are going to go in and try and give you the stun to do the damage, they're online. The Morphling's online. Nigma Galaxy up 10k, hitting their stride. Liquid, this game fell off the rails for them. They looked like they were bringing it under control, and then they just found nothing after that. You're going to have to rely on this Butterfly on the Drow to do some work in a high ground hold, potentially. The formation and the position for Liquid is everything now. Have to protect this Drow Ranger. You need to set the fight up in a way where the ET and the Drow stay alive. And you can maybe sacrifice this Mortar and Sand on the front line a little bit, but your big damage has to be there. Because you're going to have to get through a lot of HP now. And these BKBs do not make it easy. It feels like a flip of game one where the BKBs caused Nigma so many problems. Yeah. And now they're causing Liquid a lot of problems.
Level 25 is coming in soon for Ghost.
Oh yeah, he is cruising.
He almost has Satanic done. He'll have it done for this next team fight.
Nigma smoke behind the Morphling, letting him push this tier 2 while they're looking for the catch elsewhere. I like this play. This is very sneaky. They're maybe going to get rewarded if they look back. The Sand King's right behind.
Oh, God. He breaks some of it. They get the jump still on Anisha. Whip him into the wheel. They've got him taunted. He's dead.
That was so well executed.
Is not only the mid hero, 1,000 gold taken, but also the gem.
And they barely dodged Sand King, catching them on the flip side. Now you can go high ground. MKB already done on the Morphling, by the way.
Yeah, and the Satanic. So,
oh my.
Turns into the Drow Ranger, gets dead shotted in. That's a little awkward.
So aggressive.
Is he going to lose his Aegis here? Okay, Force Staff down to the low ground. He's good.
BKB.
And he BKB.
A bit of a misclick there. Costly one.
45 seconds left on the Aegis.
You're just looking for the 25 now, and then a good team fight. You get a team wipe, you're going to win this game right now. But the BKB does arrive for the Drow. That's a big item.
Moxie and Amar running into each other in the jungle.
Ghost gonna go? No?
That's too close to the high ground. Too dangerous.
Still has that Aegis a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, but what's the next step for Nick?
I thought you were going to ask about the alien. I genuinely thought you were like, okay, but the alien guy.
You did say you were going to finish the story at some point.
Yeah, so anyway, you were asking what his qualifications were. So
yeah,
Apparently, it's the committee's a mix of all kinds of stuff, but there's always like these communications experts on it, right?
Yeah.
Experts in language and human communication, the best ways to do that.
In cryptozoology, right?
But apparently, this guy's core subject that he studied and like got a doctorate or whatever was geology.
What?
Yeah, and then he was a sub major. You know, he second majored or also had communications expertise, but he was a geologist first and foremost. So I don't know. I
feel like geologists are the last scientists I want speaking for us. All right. Well, is he like charismatic? Is he really good looking? Is he very plain looking?
I'm not gonna dox this guy. What's wrong with you?
Be on the lookout for a 6 foot.
I will tell you this. He hosted
communications.
Very nice dinner parties. I will say that he hosted very nice dinners.
So that's what they got him for, his dinner party.
And he knew a lot about rocks. I'll tell you that. If the aliens come and they need to know some quick, sedimentary or whatever, he's got us.
Or whatever.
He's got us, man. Like, we're good,
Fantastic. All right. How did you know this guy?
That's not important, Austin. What's important right now?
I need to know what random internet forum you've been trolling through.
Right now,
that
Austin,
some guy told you
is that Ghost has an amp damage. He is 25, and he's looking to end this game. He is peaking right now. This is as strong as this hero is going to get in this man's hand. Outside of that Swift Blink, which he's thinking about, I think that is a really nice option versus Drow. You can absolutely shred him.
Sure. I mean, waveform cooldown, Swift Blink forward, waveform on top of them, have another one up in 4 seconds.
Nigma, they're hunting top in the river. But not there in time.
Little too late.
You also notice the Mindbreakers. Double Mindbreaker picked up between the Slardar and the Morphling could cause the Puck some issues here.
That's dirty, yeah.
Not an item we see as much as, some of these others. And double Monocle for them as well. A lot of cast range, a lot of silence coming out. These neutral items that seem a little more impactful than what Liquid got. Though Monocle on the Drow, that extra range does go a long way.
It does.
And also, Nisha's still holding on to this Gossamer, huh? Yeah, he re-brawnied it.
Yeah.
That's a tier 4 Gossamer cape.
Well, he's got to make sure he doesn't get
bashed
by the Slardar.
Was there really not a better tier 3 or tier 4 than Gossamer? Is that how strong Gossamer cape is? I don't disagree with it here. You just dodge that first hit.
I think the Slardar bash is way too scary.
And he's countered the Mindbreakers. Gossamer cape is so strong.
A tier 2 item.
It's countering 2 of Nigma's tier 4 items.
Tier 2 item counters a tier 4 item.
This is just next level. Nisha God.
I am a little bit concerned if the Puck gets to Aghanim Scepter plus damage item.
Oh my, it gets its cooldown too. I mean, this is just straight nasty. This is a 4.5 second Gossamer. I'm sorry, Austin, I had to interrupt. Yeah, this is insanely good. Because you're going to try and hit him. You can't hit him. He orbs. He phase shifts. He jaunts to the orb. You blink after him again. You try and hit him again. Guess what? You hit the Gossamer one more time. He gets another phase shift. He silences you. Talks to the alien guy. He comes back. You try and hit him. He's Gossamered again.
Back. I knew he's
You just can't hit him, dude. There's no way. He's invincible. Literally untouchable, Austin.
Puck does kind of look like an alien.
He might be. And if we had to talk to him, I know just the guy. I know just the guy. Okay, my last point, though.
You need to tell me how you know this.
No, we're not going to do that. It's true, though. This is absolutely true. It's so ridiculous, it can't not be true, right?
Yeah, sure. You threw the red herring in there. Noob!
He is untouchable.
Well, look at that Gossamer cape go. He missed one of those hits.
I mean, what can you do? You can only protect against the physical. You can protect against the magical. You got to pick your poison here. Very nice find from Noob. Shadow Blade. Instant payoff. Nigma finding all the openings now.
That comes back down to his last pickoff because he dropped the gem. you still have the gem, he wouldn't be getting caught by a Doom Shadowblade.
You have an AC on this starter as well. Man, the armor is stacking up, really negating a lot of this ET's impact if it was ever going to be there. And another pick-off eyeing this next Roshan, which is guaranteed spawn here. So this is going to be Nigma's to take as well. This game is looking incredibly secured. Put another Aegis on this Morphling. I mean, it's your high ground break. Where's your high ground break?
Yeah, you're going to need it. It is going to be a dataless Drow Ranger. So he could kind of two-shot you.
Yeah, it's about positioning.
You're not careful.
You got to find this Drow. You can't let V-Tune have a free fight by tier 4s where he's just annihilating you. Because you will get annihilated. Got to use this Aegis well. Give it to Ghost. You get a banner. You get a refresher shard for this Doom. Super nice. Even Cheese could be good here on this slaughter if you want to free up the gem slot. Survive some extra hits in here. Liquid looking for answers. Gonna have to come in the form of a high ground defense. They're bought out, man. They are bought out. One buyback available, and it's only the Sand King, which is not going to be the buyback you care too much about here.
That's nice. GH just picked up a Lotus. So he's going to have something to help these tanky boys when they go in.
Dispel anything here. Will feel great. And it's Liquid looking for something a little outside the base.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I can't help but feel Nigma would welcome that, even if it's someone getting jumped.
I mean, I feel like the only way Liquid wins a fight has got to be around a high ground. Maybe it's not their base, but they wait for Nigma Galaxy to try and push into the triangle or something. They could see that. Initiating outside of that area sounds...
Yeah, I don't
like
think you're winning a fight outside your base into Aegis. That sounds impossible. Because you can't go on Morphling. There's no way. Fight's going to develop very poorly for you.
Boxy spotted, picked off.
Yeah. Dangerous area to linger in right now. And is this enough of an opening for Nigma to push that high ground confidently? I think it has to be. You're not going to get something much better than this. He also committed the Morphle.
Nisha did get to his Aghanim Scepter, but he has no damage item behind it yet. So a successful team fight maybe changes that.
He also wants that 25 talent for the debuff Pierce. On
yeah, all those BKBs.
Make a little move. That's over.
Yeah, there goes half his HP on one of those crits.
Yeah, that's scary. The risk, though, is every time you make that little move, Nigma can jump you back. And the Morph can just wait for him on top of you and Satanic hit you.
Does create enough space. They're able to deal with the banner.
You got to get to level 25s right now if you're Liquid. Really important talents for the Drow and the Puck in terms of your damage output and your lockdown. That's about it in the short term. You're not going to get much more than that. I'm going to have stifled the map. Still 2.5 left on this Aegis. Still only that Sand King buyback available. I mean, this is a really good time.
Omar went back to a Midas. Okay. Is Nigma Galaxy really just feeling like pushing high ground is that impossible?
This cannot be the right purchase. I refuse to believe this is ever the correct purchase. Why? What?
Yeah, I mean, you could go like knee blade or something.
Radiant are scanning.
Boxy somehow...
I mean, go Force Staff, go Blink, right? This Midas doesn't pay off for so long. You think this game...
Oh, got him. Noob. Attack commanding through the corner.
You know what this is?
Finds a hit just in the nick of time.
This is like a PTSD Midas or something.
Where they've like failed to be able to close out a game before.
This is Omar on the comms. He's like, let's go high ground, guys. And then he's, I'm buying Midas, bro. We're not getting that shit. We throw it every time.
Well, there goes that Aegis. Omar vindicated.
Yeah, he knew, dude. He knew. He just wiped the sweat from his brow. He's like, oh, man. Absolutely made the right call.
I knew you guys weren't going to be able to hit tier 3.
I still think it's...
I mean, they're still going to get enough pickoffs that at some point in time an opportunity will present itself. They've got El Saberlight.
Yeah, you have the Doom of High's mute as well. We can talk about it, but
Oh, yeah.
Doom's also up there in the levels. So, man, this Doom is a death sentence in this game. You have such an advantage right now if you're Nigma. You had Aegis, you have Cheese, you have Refresher Shard on the Doom. You have all of your 25s. The 25s are still missing for Liquid. They didn't have the buybacks. You're missing a little bit of the opportunity to end this game right now. Maybe it won't come back to bite you, but
Searching for Nisha.
never know.
They know he just got scared down the lane by the Doom showing up.
Look at his XP. He is
He's so close.
31 XP. In
31
fact,
XP.
his XP is 2960 now.
Wow.
Nice.
That's a good number. You know he's there. Oh, he wasn't able to kill a creep. He's going for the creep now. He's got 25 and now he's dead.
You need so little stun time to bring him down.
Yeah.
It's another gem.
If only the Gossamer's cape could have.
The Gossamer has done it's done its job, you know.
Trying to take the outpost, stopping the TPs. They will continue and take the outpost back.
You really have to be careful now with the Swift Blink up on the Morphling. Your positioning is not guaranteed anymore just because you see where Ghost is. He gets a clutch blink off.
Well, now Omar's like, well, I'm going to use that Hannah Midas gold to go back to a blink dagger.
Did get Liquid to their 25s, I guess. Silver lining.
Yeah,
Extra marksmanship, very necessary here, and Dream Coil, perhaps the bigger one.
I mean, it doesn't
little
seem
BKB
like there
control.
was a threat of the game ending anytime soon. They didn't push high ground with the Aegis. What are the chances they're going to push high ground without?
I think there was a lot of threat of the game ending right there, just because Nigma didn't seize it.
Wow.
And it appears the chances are quite high, Austin, as they go high ground.
What?
And he's instantly dead.
Oh my God, he's gone!
What was that?
Why now?
Tower is under attack.
I mean, all I know is Omar, he knew, dude. He knew.
Omar is too smart.
He knows his team through and through. He's like, I'm buying the Midas, guys.
I know what's going to happen.
That is a really bad death. Didn't even get a fight out of it.
They got 2,000 gold from the Doom kill. They got 3,000 gold for the Ghost kill.
And they're about to get a lot more.
Whatever else they're about to get as they push out into the map, are they going to be able to get buybacks?
I don't understand that entire sequence. You had all these advantages for that Aegis period, and you didn't force it. And then you just blink in and insta-die. And I feel like Ghost looks surprised there, but this is the Drow Morph match. If he crits you twice, you're gone. You're not living through that. I don't know. Very questionable timings in which to not force it and then to force it. Of course, we have all the information,
buybacks
but
are going to be used. They hold on to the Morphling one for now, but
expensive buy. And it gets Drow to another item. Full Silver Edge. He is hitting like a truck.
Nisha trying to stop GH. Got a coil onto the two supports. Liquid. They're not sure if they really want to push out. They will manage to get Omar.
Boxy just in super deep.
Yeah, kills him with the dead shot off of the coil. Uses his ultimate. Gets the kill. Does not get out, though. Samael commits his own BKB to ensure.
Can't let him
Get something out of him. Oh, in the side, though, dude. This is a dieback if he dies here. Pops the BKB. Yule's up in the air. He's going to come back down. They have to fight. They have to go for V-Tune. And V-Tune is getting shredded. One in our splitter, though. And the hit from the epicenters. Oh, Nigma Galaxy. This game has completely wrested out of their hands now. Liquid have seized it by force.
Desperation for Nigma to find anything right here.
They're almost like they're panicking.
They are absolutely panicking. They got obliterated fighting on that glacial hill. That was just a nasty amount of damage coming out from the Drow. Killed the Morphling in 2 seconds flat. Hit him 4 times, you're gone. Where was the BKB, Austin? He didn't get it off. 2 deaths on this Morphling without using the BKB.
Yikes.
As Nigma just rumble. They were up 30K. They had it all.
And now, left in a position where they have to make the initiation, but Boxy gets to jump first. Gleipnir on 2, Burrow Strike to follow it up. And this Nigma
dive
Galaxy, this is them crumbling.
Oh my.
Throw the game away in the matter of a minute.
That has to be one of the most drastic swings we have seen in a long time. That is a vertical graph.